Okay.
आप क्या करते हैं? ओके ओके ठीक है सुशील गोयल हाँ नहीं एक्चुअली originally from Rajasthan but my great grandfather from MP but I've been here since yeah absolutely. My dad was also a doctor. He came 64, he came. He was a cardiologist, internal medicine. He came, during the mid-60s when they called him over doctor. During that, hi, how are you? During that era. And then obviously 69, the past 60, 71, I think.
こういう友達がい no district or YouTube link, YouTube. And then you can type the YouTube of SOJI.
अरे क्या हुआ आप इतने टाइम से फोन ही नहीं उठा रहे You all were there.
That's what she enjoys.
But she needs to take out time for herself. She has been wanting to come and see us in Long Island, but उनके पास meeting के टाइम पे
I tell her, like, I'll stay home.
And after
Just go and say hello to him.
which one is it? Point him out.
Hello everyone. Can everyone please take a seat? Good morning everyone. Hello, my name is Anika Jain and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Consulate General of India and the International Ahimsa Foundation's 2620th birth anniversary for Lord Mahavir, otherwise known as the Mahavir Jayanti Kalyanak. We invite you to celebrate nonviolence and the messages of Lord Mahavir today. I am the Youth Director for the International Ahimsa Foundation, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all. Please allow me to introduce our wonderful MC, Aditi Lamba. Aditi Lamba is a New York-based South Asian TV anchor, producer, and reporter. Aditi has represented the voice of minorities and communities of color, their identities, achievements, and representation. She is an experienced news and entertainment content producer and writer with a record of handling live shows and interviews highlighting issues that matter. She has produced special productions featuring U.S. congressional representatives, Bollywood and Hollywood celebrities, South Asian American artists, and leaders such as Priyanka Chopra, Jonas, Jay Sean, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, and New York City Mayor Eric Adams. She is extremely proud of her Indian heritage and hopes to bring a stronger South Asian perspective to the greater American media industry. She feels that newsrooms should present more diversity and inclusivity, and that South Asian Americans get an equal and fair platform. Today, Aditi is very excited to be a part of this event celebrating the importance of peace and nonviolence with everyone here. Please welcome our MC, Aditi Lamba.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today? Well, I like that, very enthusiastic. Well, it's great to be here today. This is the 10th anniversary of the International Ahimsa Foundation, and we're so excited to have a house full, so let's give it a round of applause. I'm very honored to be your MC for this afternoon, and we hope that you have a lot of amazing time here celebrating peace and nonviolence, a very integral part of Lord Mahavira's message. So let's begin today this event with the American National Anthem, which will be followed by the Indian National Anthem. The American National Anthem will be sung by Michelle Delafay. She became a familiar face to millions of television viewers, singing and dancing each week on Dean Martin's widely successful NBC television series. Those programs gave her the opportunity to work alongside some of the most famous legends in the history of show business, such as Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, Lena Horne, Jimmy Stewart, Orson Welles, and more. She is a soloist at the St. Mark's Church in the Bowery in New York City and dedicates her time and singing to work for the UN and World Peace Organization. Please welcome on the stage, Michelle Delafay.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Could everyone please rise?
Oh, say, can you see from the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly
What a beautiful way to start off the event. I'd now like to invite on stage Dr. Smita Gua, who will be singing the Indian National Anthem. Dr. Gua is a professor and a vocalist, and she's a faculty at St. John's University in the area of education. As a singer, she has been singing since she was 3 years old and has been performing in India and the United States. She has also performed with the famous icon, Mr. Buckley Larry. Please welcome on stage Smita Gua.
Give the second one.
Hello. Namaskar. I'll sing the Indian National Anthem. Jana Gana Mana Adhinayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkalabanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jaladi Taranga Tava Shubha Nami Jagi Tava Shubha Ashish Magi Gahe Tava Jaya Gatha Jana Gana Mangaladayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He.
Wow, that was absolutely beautiful. We now have a very nice and beautiful and peaceful lamp lighting ceremony. I'd like to invite on stage Dr. Meeta Jain. Along with her, I'd like to invite Dr. Jyotsna Jain. Dr. Jyotsna Jain is from Staten Island, and she is the founder and CEO at Focus Vision Care, a successful optometry practice in New York and New Jersey. Passionate about learning Jain philosophy and scriptures, she is graduated as Shastri from Parmagam Honors 5-year Shastri program last year in December of 2021. Please welcome on the stage Dr. Jyotsna Jain.
Jai Janine, and a very good morning to all. We are still little away from good afternoon. So at this point, I would like to invite our Consul General, Ambassador Lee Jaiswalji, for lamp lighting, Congresswoman Caroline Maloney, BCG Nidza from Israeli Consulate, Shimi Perlman, Dr. Sudhir Parekh, our board members of IAF. We have a new board of director, Dr. Ravindra Goyal, Mr. Rajiv Pandya. Amar Jyoti ji is also our new VP for our organization, and all 3 honorees. Please join us for this auspicious ceremony. All 3 honorees, please join us. While we will be lighting the lamp, Dr. Jyotsna Jain will be singing Mangalashtak.
Please everyone rise and fold your hands and join me. Namo Arihantaram, Namo Siddharam, Namo Ayyaram, Namo Vajjayaram, Namo Loitavam.
started lighting the lamp, and we're so grateful to all of you for being here with us during this process. Let's now move on. We have a couple of speech addresses for some dignitaries this afternoon. So let's go ahead and invite on stage Dr. Neeta Jain. On January 21st, 2017, Dr. Neeta Jain was sworn in as an Indian female district leader for Assembly District 25th, Part B of Queens. She has a long history of serving the community, both socially and politically. Her core values of humanity and peace have fueled her passion to serve. Dr. Jain founded the International Ahimsa Foundation in 2012, which is a domestic nonprofit from Manhattan. As the president and founder, she works to promote the study and practice of nonviolence and peace in educational institutes. She has also been a recipient of prestigious awards and honors from various community and political organizations, such as she was recognized by City and State as Power of Diversity 100 Asians for her work of promoting nonviolence and peace, and for empowering women by the Society of Foreign Consulates in New York, and Bharatiya Pravasi Divas NRI Award by the Indian Consulate, and Women Empowerment Award by New York City Council. What an achievement. Let's welcome on the stage Dr. Neeta Jain.
Once again, Jai Jinesh, and a very good afternoon to all. It is my utmost pleasure and honor to welcome all of you to India Home, the Consulate, for celebrating very important message of Lord Mahavir, which is non-violence and peace. Before I go further, I would like to thank Consul General of India, Ambassador Ranveer Jaiswalji, for hosting this beautiful event with our organization. As you just heard, this organization is celebrating its 10th anniversary. It was founded in 2012 when we had started seeing a lot of negative things happening in school culture. And that really broke my heart when the first child in New Jersey, a middle school child who committed suicide because of the bullying. From that day till today, our organization is pledged to promote nonviolence and peace, specifically in school culture. We have a beautiful board who work day and night with us. As this is the 10th anniversary of our organization, we have changed our program a little bit. We never honored anyone before, but this is Ahimsa Divas. Ahimsa is a Sanskrit word for non-violence. And non-violence, where it began from, I just want to give you a small synopsis of it, because we have a long list of dignitaries speaking after me. So non-violence, the word Ahimsa was given by Lord Mahavir, who was the 24th and the last Tirthankar of Jain spiritual leaders. He was born in 599 BC. This year, we are celebrating his 2620th birth anniversary. And I'm very honored to have my friend, longtime friend, Congresswoman Kylie Maloney, who really shared this vision with our community, and she never missed our event of this non-violence, including our float in India Day Parade in August. She's always there. Lord Mahavir gave us 5 basic principles, which has more relevance in today's world than ever. And what are those 5 principles? As you see this beautiful banner here, the 5 basic principles were non-violence, truthfulness, self-control, non-possessiveness, and the non-violence was the most important principle of him. He said, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma, means non-violence is the supreme religion. non-violence is a supreme dharma. If you follow non-violence, if we all follow non-violence, ahimsa in our daily life, there will be no violence around us. And that's what our organization do. We do a lot of activities in schools as after-school activity on non-violence and peace. We do activities as a conflict resolution through non-violence. As you know, violence doesn't have to be only physical. It starts from your mind. The minute you think of harming someone, the violence starts there. So violence is in your thoughts, violence can be in your action, and violence can be in your words. So we have to be very careful when we use these three things in our daily life. How we process our thoughts, how we speak, and how our actions affect other people's life. So our children of International Ahimsa Foundation, they participate every year in Peace of the Park, Peace in the Park, which we do in Central Park in July. This year we are going to do on July 29, where a lot of like-minded organizations who believe in non-violence and peace, they come together and we do the whole day event. And you are all invited. It's open for the public. We do a lot of things to change in kids' mind in schools while we do these activities. A very simple example, we prepare lunch boxes in schools with these children, and they put a small note in these lunch boxes based on their thoughts of non-violence and peace. And then we deliver these to the needy people. So that's how we try to change the thought process of our young generation, because they are our future. And I'm so happy and glad to see all of you joining in this mission, and we are going to go further till we really bring our society in peace and harmony. So here I'm going to stop, and we are going to show a video clip of our past activities during these 10 years. Can you please play the video? want to mention, as you know, that Lord Mahavir introduced us to the non-violence, but non-violence was adopted and practiced by Mahatma Gandhi, father of the nation, and he took this tool to get India's independence. Our independence came to us through a non-violence movement, which was further followed by Martin Luther King Jr. for his civil rights movement and Nelson Mandela. So we are here now. We have to pledge to ourselves to take this further, to take it to our communities, to take it to our next generation, and tell them how important it is to practice non-violence. Once again, welcome to all, and thank you so much for being here. And I want to congratulate our all three honorees for today, right now, Professor Jeffrey Long, Dr. Subhash Jain, and Haridas Kotawala. I call him Uncle, so he always call Haridas Uncle. So thank you once again, and I'm going to give it to Aditi Lama. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jain. Moving on to the dignitaries for this afternoon. We have now a very important member of the conflict, Honorable Consul General Randhir Jaiswal. A career diplomat who joined the Indian Foreign Service in 1998, Consul General Randhir Jaiswal has served in Portugal, Cuba, South Africa, and the Permanent Mission of India in New York. He served in New Delhi at the Ministry of External Affairs, first as Deputy Secretary looking after India's relations with the United States of America, and then as Joint Secretary managing India's relations with Western European countries. In the middle of 2017, he was deputed to serve as the President of India, as the Joint Secretary managing his international relations portfolio. Please welcome to the stage one of the strongest supporters of the Indian community here. We have with us Honorable Randhir Jaiswal.
Namaste to all of you. Very good afternoon. My special greetings on the occasion of Mahavir Jan Kalyanak, which happens to be his birthday. The birthday happened a few days back, but we have got together in this setting today. Thank you to Ahimsa Foundation and Dr. Neeta Jain for celebrating Ahimsa, violence and teachings of Lord Mahavir. We celebrate Mahavir Jan Kalyanak every year, but this year it happens to be important and special, for we are celebrating 75 years of India's independence. And when you celebrate your freedom and independence as a modern nation, it's about your success and achievements as a modern nation. But at the same time, it's also about nourishing and recalling all your ancient values, thought, traditions. And that is where the teachings of Lord Mahavir comes in. I have a special affinity with Lord Mahavir. I am from the same town where he was born 2,500 years ago. And even though I am not a Jain by religion, but he is my teacher. And maybe he is teacher to many more across the world. If we follow his teachings of non-violence, of truthfulness, of compassion, kindness, unity, togetherness, I think we solve many of the challenges that afflict modern society today. From environmental stress to climate change problems, to lack of harmony in society, and all the challenges that grip us today. Let us all get together. We have a lot of technology, a lot of wealth, a lot of material progress in our lives, and also a lot of knowledge and teaching of great men and women, Lord Mahavir being one. From various parts of the world, as a global community, we have a lot of it, but it's important to recall them and realize how important it is for social progress, for social harmony, and for the world to move on. So let us come together to celebrate Ahimsa. Let us walk on the path shown by Lord Mahavir so that we can build a better today and a better tomorrow for all of us. Thank you once again, Dr. Neeta Jain, for this beautiful function. I must recognize the presence of my dear colleague, Deputy Consul General of Israel, great friend of India, our distinguished political leaders and friends of India, and all the distinguished members of the Indian American community. Each day, you add so much to celebrate India's US special ties and to make this world a better place for one and all. Jayanti, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Consul General. We have now a special performance here this afternoon. The performance is called Meri Bhavna. It's been directed by Suki Pandey. Performers are Ishita Bansal, Mahavir Kasliwal, Anusha Pandya, Sunidhi Ajmera, Hitasha Kasliwal, Vivan Pandya, Dr. Jio Levin. Please welcome on stage Meri Bhavna.
Today we are celebrating the values of Tirthankar Mahavir. 5 kids have prepared a beautiful poetry song for you from ancient Jain philosophy. It is known as My Musings. It is by Pandit Jugal Kishore Mukhtar. Today the world is in a turmoil. Wherever we look, there is hatred, destruction, deaths, frank war. Millions of people are steeped into misery just for the sake of personal gratification based on sects, nations, dictators. This is the need of the time when through this particular song these kids are going to relay messages of a lifestyle which is full of non-violence and ahimsa. Again, ahimsa in speech, in intentions, as well as in attitude. Welcome, Meri Bhavna.
High virtues may I always find. someone does frighten me or even tempt me in some way, may my steps never falter from proving good and righteous way.
Neither may I be too joyous, nor may I be nervous and pale. I may not tread stormy river, nor jump against storm on my tail. Firm, unshaken, and well balanced, my mind may ever grow and grow in ignorance, passing evil's peace, and burdens may I ever show.
May worldly creatures be blissful, uneasiness may no one feel, forgetting ill will, pride and guilt, new songs of joy may sing with you. May truth be talk of every home, there be no sign of evil act, yet enlightened people may improve, fruits of life may get intact.
For living beings of the world, feelings of friendship may I show. For willful creatures from my heart may stream of kindness ever flow. Misfortune traveling ever, bountiful rains come all in time. May rulers always be right. May justice be given some time. Disease and famine may not be. May people have plenty and peace. Non-violence be the rule of the world. May we hold of joy and peace. May mutual love pervade the world, and dark delusions fade away. True and healthy may all be calm, will be our turn, and welfare and peace may all attain. Nature of you may all men reign. Nature of you may all men gain. If the performers can just stay on the stage for a second. I'd like to invite the Consul General on the stage to just give them some certificates of recognition for their beautiful work. All right, we have it for Mahavir Kasriwal. Anusha Pandya. Sunidhi Ashmera. Hitasha Kasriwal. Vivan Pandya. And Dr. Joel Levin. Let's give them a round of applause, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming on the stage.
By the way, Dr. Joe Levine is a psychologist by profession. He works with me. We all work together. And he came to perform just in a night information. We called him yesterday and he came and he performed the kids. Thank you so much, Joe, for taking time out.
And before we we move on, I'd like to call on stage Assemblyman David Weprin. He's here with us today at this event. So let's have on stage Assemblyman Weprin.
Namaste. It's great to be here. I think I was at all 10 of the celebrations that we've had that Dr. Nita Jain put together here at the embassy. It's great to be back in person. I know we had a little absence for the last couple of years, but it's great to be back with so many of my friends in the Indian American community, and it's great to be with you, Consul General. I've actually been here with many Consul Generals over the years, but you know, they all do such a terrific job representing India in the United States, and of course we're here celebrating Lord Mahavir's birthday, and the Ahimsa Foundation, who's celebrating, you know, non-violence, peace, the traditions of Mahatma Gandhi that we all live by and are inspired by. And as Dr. Jain correctly pointed out, Mahatma Gandhi inspired Dr. Martin Luther King and all the other non-violent leaders that followed and really helped achieve you know, world peace. Of course, we're all in mourning from the attack yesterday, the hate attack against African Americans in Buffalo just yesterday. It's almost, when will the violence stop? You know, if everybody followed you know, the teachings of Lord Mahavir and Mahatma Gandhi, we wouldn't have these terrible incidents of gun violence and hate, motivated by hate. That's the worst type of gun violence. You know, one day it's against one community, another day it's against another community, and it's so important that we all speak out loudly whenever there's a hate against one group. It's really a hate against all of us. So again, so happy to be here participating in this very important function here at the embassy. Congratulations.
A little moment of recognition here.
I think we have a proclamation for you as well.
Thank you so much, Assemblyman Weprin, and everyone. And one big round of applause, please. And before we move to the honorary speeches for this year, we'd just like to recognize Congresswoman Carol Maloney, who was here but had to go to an event. She is a very, very, very busy woman, but we were very happy to see her support for the foundation and for the South Asian population in general. Moving on, we have now our first honoree for this afternoon, honoree Mr. Haridas Kotawala. Mr. Kotawala has received many accolades throughout his career. In 2001, Rana honored him for his social achievements. In 2004, he was honored by the World Business with proclamations in New York State Assembly and U.S. Congress for his dedication to the community. In 2008, he received the Pioneer Award from IDCA for leading the Indian jewelry community in the U.S. In 2011, the Indian Association of Long Island honored him with Lifetime Achievement Award for his social endeavor. His loving wife Sharda has always inspired him and has always stood by him at every step of the way to encourage him in all his social activities. Please welcome on the stage Mr. Kotawala.
I would like to invite our Consul General on the stage, please, to bestow this honor on him. And Auntie, Shada Auntie, please join Uncle on the stage. Assembly Member David Weapon, please come. And I believe somebody, Rohan Narain, is from Mayor Eric Adams' office. Please come on the stage. This is a very unique award, and this is the first time Crown Trophy got this latest edition of their award, and we are the first one to use this. So Crown Trophy, we have to give a big round of applause, and we have this unique presentation to our audience today. And we are also giving them book on non-violence, which is written by our none other than Professor Jeffrey Long. So give a round of applause to Professor Jeffrey Long as well. And we also have a proclamation from Assemblyman David Veteran for Mr. Haridas Khotawala.
Thank you everyone for coming to the stage. Thank you.
Respected Honorable Controller General Sri Ranjit Jaswalji, Honorable Representative Mr. Meek, Mr. Meloni, my fellow honorary professor Jeffrey Long, and Dr. Subhash Jain, IAF President Dr. Neetaji Jain, board members and distinguished guests. I am deeply honored and privileged to participate in celebrating the 10th anniversary of the International Ahimsa Foundation Incorporation, New York, along with my family and my friends. Lord Mahavir's birth anniversary is a time to reflect and remember his teaching of non-violence, peace and compassion today and always. Our great leader Mahatma Gandhi had also adopted the path of non-violence and peace in India's struggle for independence. I commend and respect Dr. Neetaji Jain, are forced to promote and spread Lord Mahavir's teaching, and my heartfelt thanks for inviting me and my family and this esteemed honor. We wish you every success in the effort. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khotawala. Moving on, we'd now like to have a performance by Angel Shah. She's only 11 years old from Rhythm Dance Academy, and she's been with the International Ahimsa Foundation for a while. So let's welcome on the stage, we have with us Angel Shah.
पर सोने की चिड़िया करती है बसेरा। ओ भारत है मेरा, ओ भारत है मेरा। ऐ मेरे वतन के लोगों, जरा हमें भर लो पानी, जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी, जरा याद करो कुर्बानी। कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब वैसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं। अब तो हमें आगे बढ़ते हैं, अब तो हमें साथी है बस इतना ही कहना। ऐसे तो पहले लाठी पकड़े चलते थे वो शान से, जालिम का पे धर 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 सुनकर उनका नाम रे। वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम।
One is our 10th anniversary of International Ahimsa Foundation and the nation's 75th anniversary of independence. So please give a big round of applause to our nation, India. And I would again request our Council General to come and give this certificate to Angel Shah, please. Thank you. And Survi Pandya, where are the cards?
Wasn't that so beautiful, everyone? Isn't it amazing when we see our younger generation truly embrace the culture? It's absolutely beautiful. Moving on, we have now another honoree for this afternoon, Dr. Subhash Jain. For the last 30 years, he has been the attending physician and consultant at the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, where he was the founding chief of Department of Anesthesiology and Pain Service and the director of the hospital's respected fellowship program. He was also the chairman of Hackensack University Medical Center's Department of Pain and Palliative Care and a member of the faculty of Weill Cornell University College of Medicine. Throughout his career and following his retirement from pain management practice and research, he has focused his time on religious efforts in the Jain community and philanthropic efforts to the International Human Benefit Services, a non-profit organization that works to improve rural health care and education in Rajasthan. ISBS, as it goes by, operates a hospital, women's empowerment, and school focused on K-12 education in Falodi Tehsil, his ancestral village. Please welcome on the stage Honorary Dr. Subhash Jain.
I would also request Mrs. Sarla Jain to please join Dr. Subhash Jain and our Consul General of India, Ambassador Ranveer Jaiswalji, to bestow this honor on him. Thank you so much.
Honorary Consul General, dignitaries, and the friends, it's a great honor for me to receive this honorary presentation. More than that, it is a celebration for the night non-violence. As we all know, the whole world will be better off today in this difficult situation what we are going through right now. If we use the word non-violence for everybody, that's going to be delightful. I'm also thankful to my wife who has promoted all my life to continue perform the best I can, as well as the path of my after retirement. She continued to support my activities for the International Human Benefit Services. I am also very thankful to Dr. Neeta Jain for choosing the path of non-violence and promoting non-violence. It's a great honor for me to thank Dr. Neeta Jain and the organization what she is able to do in last 10 years. Without taking too much time, I again want to thank Consul General and other people. Thank you very much.
We also have a message from New York City Mayor Eric Adams. I would request Rohan Naren to please come and read that message.
Namaste to one and all. Good afternoon and welcome to this very joyous celebration. My name is Rohan Narayan. I am a liaison to Mayor Eric Adams. And before I read from this award happens to be one of these, bear with me, these big proclamations, because there are a number of anniversaries here. I just want to say two quick things. One, to that young lady who danced. Wow. So I mean, my blood pressure went up from watching that. And two, one thing in the work I've done here at the mayor's office, I'm a big fan of intercultural dialogue. And there was a meeting before COVID, and it was with the DOE, and it was about religiously accessible meals. And I met with the DOE, and I said, we have to really be respectful of the South Asian community, the Hindu community, the Jain community. And the DOE representative said, you don't worry about that. We got that taken care of. Rohan, for your community, especially the Jain community, our meals are certified halal. And I said to him, with all due respect, I think you got the religion wrong. I think it's certified halal for followers of Islam. And I'm a huge fan, to sum up what I said there, I'm a huge fan of intercultural dialogue. I think even sometimes in the city, working at the city, we can tweak things and we should apologize when we make mistakes. But with that said, there is a lot to read from this proclamation. I'm not going to read all of it. But I do want to read a very important piece here, the first paragraph and the last paragraph. So just kindly bear with me. I've learned to read these things pretty quickly. As a city built by immigrants, New York is a proud home to people of all backgrounds and beliefs. Today, I am pleased to join the Consulate General of India in New York and the International Ahimsa Foundation as they host a Mahavir Jayanti celebration to commemorate the 2,620th birth anniversary of Lord Mahavir, an important spiritual figure in the ancient Indian religion of Jainism. Whereas Indian Americans have long strengthened the 5 boroughs, and they will continue to play a key role as we work together to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. As members of our thriving Jain, Hindu, and Indian American communities observe Mahavir Jayanti, I am pleased to recognize their invaluable contributions to the 5 boroughs and to applaud everyone associated with the International Ahimsa Foundation and Dr. Jain. A big round of applause for Dr. Jain. I'm going to embellish for 5 seconds. When the pandemic hit and the city shut down and we went into DEFCON 5, it was members of the community who said, you know, it's not about being a district leader, it's not about knowing elected officials, it's being on the ground, getting the job done. And Dr. Jain, you got it done. In your next life, you know, you will be a dove, for sure. and really, on behalf of the city of New York, you know, we extend our salutations. I'll finish reading this here. I look forward to the many ways everyone gathered will further invigorate our global city as we work together to fight hate, intolerance, and crime that has been exacerbated by the pandemic, champion a culture of peace, and forge a safer, brighter, more prosperous future for all. Now, therefore, I, Eric Adams, Mayor of the City of New York, do hereby proclaim Sunday, May 15th, 2022, in the City of New York as International Ahimsa Foundation Day. Congratulations.
At this moment, we are going to break a little bit of our sequence, and I would like to invite our very dear friend who is always with us, with our community. He's a very well face in my community as I know him, and I know you will know soon who is that person. A very good friend of mine and consulate as well, Deputy Consul General Israel Ninja from Israeli Consulate. Please come up and give a short remarks.
So good morning, and as we say in Hebrew, Shavua Tov, which is a good week. Wishing you, of course, a good week, and I want to thank you, first of all, Dr. Jain, for inviting me and for your friendship, and this wonderful relationship that you're building between, first of all, the Indian American community and the Jewish community, but also with the state of Israel. Our collaboration with you, Ambassador, of course, is we're grateful for the friendship, and we're very proud of our shared values with the United States, values that are based on democracy or freedom. I think that this event actually is a triangle. It is a collaboration. It is a very it is dear to my heart. It is dear to our heart as the representatives of the State of Israel here, of our shared values of the United States, the greatest democracy, India, the oldest and the most largest democracy in the world, and humbly the State of Israel as a very proud democracy, and it is based on all the incredible values that we celebrate here today, of peace, of tolerance. We're grateful for the friendship. I'm very proud to be here. And thank you again. Thank you very much.
I would also like to invite one of my other very good friends, and I'm so honored and proud to share a Democratic district leader seat in Queens, and he is a district leader from Queens, my very good friend, who is here, and he's also from JCRC. He is on board of JCRC, Trust Board member. Please welcome Shimi Pelman.
I am honored to be here. On behalf of my community in Queens, my community in New York City, we take pride in being a nonviolent group. I have the pleasure of being a district leader along with Dr. Nita Jain. What I've learned from her is that we can all be compassionate, we can all be helpful, we can all be proud of being people. And if we learn nonviolence, truth, non-stealing, all the principles that we've learned here today, we will all be better human beings. Thank you really very much for your friendship, for allowing me to speak on behalf of the Jewish Community Relations Council. Have a wonderful day and keep the peace. Thank you.
I'd like to take this moment right now and recognize the attendees of some individuals that are here amongst us today that have joined this amazing event. We have with us Mr. Harish Shah, President of JANA. We have Mr. Jigal Shah, President of Jain Center of New Jersey. We have Mr. Prem Bhandari, President of Rana, President of Jaipur Food. And we have Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh. He is the Chairman of Parekh Mobile Media and ITV Gold. We have Shaila Shah from Jain Temple, Long Island. We truly appreciate all these community leaders joining us today at this event. Moving on now, we have a performance that we all have been looking forward to. It is by Angela Tete and Diana Tete. Jammers GH is an Afro dance sister duo born in Ghana and raised in New York City. They use their love for their homeland to share the culture and spread enjoyment and energy through dance and a strong bond of sisterhood. Jammers GH has graced the stage of opening acts for Latin, performed at community events that amplify African culture and more. Let's welcome to the stage Angela and Diana. It's a peace song by Manny Wills and Thames. Performance.
This feels like God that I don't want, 'cause every time makes me want more. Can't go somewhere without you, can't go somewhere without you. Never had so good that I'm losing. Side out, baby, you know me. Can't go somewhere without you, can't go somewhere without you. All we do is draw. Lisa, Lisa, I wanna keep you beside, beside you now. Lisa, Lisa, I wanna keep you beside forever, beside. One day I'm watching situation. I'm tired of doing things for confirmation. I need to spend my time and energy. I don't need to be yours, you don't need to be mine. What do you want from me? You're too much.
Well, another round of applause for the two ladies. All right, we have two certificates to be presented to them. Consul General, if you would kindly come on the stage and give us the honors. Consul General, if you could kindly come back on the stage, we have a little moment of recognition for you. A little award that they'd like to present.
We wanted to do this at the end because he is one of the hosts also, but I know that we have another event at 2 o'clock, so we are taking this little skit on the time. I would like to invite Rajiv Pandya, our Jayan, Dr. Joel is here, Harish Thakkar, please come up on the stage as a year board member.
Thank you again, everyone, for joining us on the stage. Moving on, we have now a movie trailer premiere here. It's called The Tirthankar Mahavir Ahimsa, The Ultimate Dharma. It's produced by the Gambar Jain Sangh of North California. Let's have a look at this trailer.
उनको मारने में लगे महाराज संभल जाओ। ये जो तुम हिंसा में आनंद ले रहे हो ये तुम्हारा असली रूप नहीं है। अपनी भीड़ के पर्याय में ही तुम कैसे ही हिंसा करोगे। भीड़ के पर्याय में ही तुम्हें मुनि महाराज के दर्शन का सौभाग्य मिला। महात्मा, मैं अहंकार में इतना डूबा रहा कि निर्दोष और निर्बल प्राणियों को मैंने कुछ नहीं समझा। उन पर अत्याचार किए। मैं कितनों के दुख का निमित्त बना। अपने थोड़े से सुख के लिए मैंने न जाने कितनी हिंसा की। तुम अहिंसा व्रत का पालन करो। अहिंसा ही परम धर्म है। इसके पालन से तुम्हारा जीवन निर्मल और सरल होगा। अब तुम्हारी आयु कुछ इस समय की शेष बची है। इस बचे हुए समय में क्षमा भाव को धारण करो। मरण समय अहिंसा व्रत और शांत परिणाम रखने के कारण वो आत्मा के विकास की दिशा में चल पड़ा और आगे उसने राजा नंद की पर्याय में जन्म लिया। मेरे पास सारी राज्य संपदा है और सारे सुख है, पर इनके होते हुए भी मुझे तृप्ति नहीं मिल रही है। नमोस्तु महाराज, सत्य क्या है? मैं कौन हूं? ये अतृप्ति क्यों? आत्मा भी ध्यान रूपी तप की अग्नि में तपने से अपने शुद्ध रूप को प्राप्त कर लेती है। ये शुद्ध स्वरूप ही आत्मा का वास्तविक सुख है। आज मुझे जीवन का रहस्य समझ आ गया है। सभी प्राणियों में एक जैसा ही जीव तत्व है। मैं अभी से सृष्टि के समस्त प्राणियों के प्रति प्रेम धारण करता हूं। सभी जीवों का कल्याण हो। अब आगे चलकर वो धर्म चक्र को चलाने वाले और सभी प्राणियों को कल्याण का मार्ग दिखाने वाले तीर्थंकर महावीर की पर्याय में जन्म लेते हैं।
आइए राजकुमार, वर्तमान समय आ गया है। अब तुम विवाह योग्य हो गए।
माता, मुझे अब और बंधनों में मत बांधो। मैं आत्म कल्याण की ओर बढ़ना चाहता हूं। मुझे आज्ञा दो माता।
राजकुमार वर्धमान का यह कथन सर्वथा उचित है। मोक्ष मार्ग ही मानव जीवन का मूल है। आप इन्हें जिन दीक्षा लेने के लिए आशीर्वाद दीजिए महाराज।
अब 10 दिशाएं ही आपके वस्त्र हैं। राज महावीर ने इस प्रकार मौन पूर्वक 12 वर्ष तक तपस्या की और फिर एक
श्री वर्धमानाय निर्धूत कलिरात्मने सालोकानां त्रिलोकानां
beautiful trailer, such a beautiful trailer. Moving on, we have now, this is the time for the next honoree Dr. Jeffrey D. Long. Dr. Long is the Professor of Religion, Philosophy, and Asian Studies at Elizabethtown College in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, where he has taught since he has received his doctoral degree from the University of Chicago Divinity School in the year 2000. He is the author of Jainism, An Introduction, and Hinduism in America, as well as many other books, articles, and public presentations. A central theme of his work is nonviolence, religious pluralism, and constructive interfaith engagement. Please help me welcome on stage Dr. Long here. We also have Consul General Lindy Jeswal join us to give him the honors.
Mahua, please join Dr. Long.
Good afternoon, namaste, Shubh Mahavir Jayanti, and Jai Janendra. I'd like to see the rest of that movie, actually. That looks like a wonderful film that's been put together on the iPhone Mahavir. I would like to thank everyone here, the Honorable Consul General, the dignitaries who've come and made time for this event, my fellow honorees, and all of you, many good friends I see here. And I'm profoundly grateful to be here and to be honored today. So many of you are doing such important work. I just write books and talk, so I'm very grateful to be able to be here in your presence. I want to speak today, of course, on ahimsa. That is what we are here to celebrate today. Ahimsa is often translated as nonviolence, but that English word nonviolence does not quite do justice to the depth of the concept of ahimsa. Ahimsa is nonviolence in thought, word, and action toward all living beings. It's a positive desire to see all living beings thrive and be happy. Ahimsa is the primordial ethical principle, the foundation on which all of morality is based. From the desire to see living beings thrive and be happy, stems the responsibility to ensure that this desire is fulfilled, and that in our personal conduct, we refrain as much as humanly possible from causing harm to others. The foundational nature of ahimsa as an ethical principle is expressed in the Sanskrit phrase, which Neetaji also used in her remarks, ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Ahimsa is the supreme duty. It is also reflected in the fact that the Jain, Hindu, and Buddhist traditions all list ahimsa first among the moral duties, as having priority even over such central principles as truth, or satya, or non-stealing, asteya. Ahimsa is foundational to all these other virtues, for if one does not wish to harm others, one will of course also not wish to lie to them or steal from them, and so on. Ahimsa is the original moral principle. Ahimsa is to be directed again to all living beings. It's not limited to our own family or our friends. It's not limited to the fellow adherents of our religion or our philosophy or our political views. It's not limited only to members of one's own ethnic group or nationality. It's not even limited to human beings. It is to be extended to all living beings. If our ahimsa is arbitrarily limited, if we love only those who are like us in some fashion, this is not true ahimsa. This is simply a sentiment, and it stems from our attachment ultimately to our own ego. This false ahimsa is really an extension of egotism. It's something we need to overcome and replace with true ahimsa. The roots of true ahimsa are in the very nature of existence. This is expressed in many ways by the great spiritual traditions of the world. For the Jain tradition, it is expressed in terms of the empathy we feel for other souls, other jivas, other living beings. All jivas have the same basic essence and are thus worthy of the same consideration. Our own desire to live and thrive and be free from harm thus naturally extends to all other beings of the same kind, and is only blocked by the artificial barrier of the ego that cares ultimately only for its own self-preservation. In the Hindu tradition, this ideal is expressed in the fundamental oneness of all existence. Empathy and love are what we feel when we sense that basic oneness that connects us all. In the Buddhist tradition, the basis of ahimsa is expressed as the interconnectedness of all beings. The late Master Thich Nhat Hanh coined the beautiful term interbeing to express the way in which we all exist in relation to others. We are what we are by virtue of our connectedness and our relatedness to other beings. In the Abrahamic traditions, the foundation of nonviolence is the sanctity of life, which is the gift of a good and loving God, and which no one else can rightfully take away. In all these diverse traditions, when we harm others, even in our thoughts, we're really harming ourselves. The golden rule, to treat others as we ourselves wish to be treated, is the essence of ahimsa, the basis of all moral action, and some version of it can be found in every one of the world's great traditions. I'd like to conclude with the Sanskrit invocation, keeping in mind especially all the victims of violence, all the people who are suffering, all the other living beings who are suffering in the world. This invocation beautifully captures, I think, the spirit of ahimsa which we're celebrating today. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve dadhani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Quick translation, may all be happy, may all be well, may all see what is good, and may no one experience misery. Peace, peace, peace to all beings.
How inspiring. Well, now we are graced with a huge representative of the Abi community here from New York. We're joined by U.S. Congresswoman Grace Meng. She is serving her 5th term in the United States House of Representatives. She represents the 6th Congressional District of New York, encompassing the New York City boroughs of Queens, including West, Central, and Northeast Queens. Congresswoman Meng is the first and only Asian American member of the Congress from New York State and the first female Congress member from Queens since former Vice Presidential nominee Geraldine Ferrero. Congresswoman Grace Meng is a member of the powerful House Appropriations Committee and is the Vice Chair for the Subcommittee on State and Foreign Operations. She's also sitting on the Appropriations Subcommittee on Agriculture and the Subcommittee on Commerce, Justice, Science, and Related Agencies. The Appropriations Committee is responsible for funding every federal agency, program, and project within the United States government. Please help me welcome on the stage U.S. Congresswoman Grace Meng.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Congresswoman Grace Meng, and it's such an honor to be here with all of you, to our Consul General Jaiswal, and to so many friends from throughout the Queens and New York City, Indian American community, and beyond. I want to say a special thank you to one of my district leaders, Nita Jain, Dr. Jain. It is a testament to Dr. Jain how we see such a diverse coalition of people here today, from our Jewish community to Consul General Nitzan and to another one of our esteemed district leaders and my friend Jimmy Pellman, and so many. And as we gather today, today is especially meaningful and especially important for all of us to be here together. I want to express my condolences to the 27, a number of Indians who perished from a fire, I think last night, a few hours ago, and our hearts and prayers go out to their families. And I also want to express condolences, as we remain watchful about the situation in our own home state of Buffalo, New York, where there was a massacre, pretty much, by an 18-year-old. And so what we are hearing in the news and the constant display of violence, growing racism, from anti-Semitism to anti-Asian hate is something that our communities will not stand for. And that's why it's so important for us to stand together. And I'm grateful to be here with all of you, because there's no time more important than now for us to stand together. Our diverse communities stand together against hate. If there's discrimination against one community, we must speak out, because today it will be one community and tomorrow it could be another. And so I'm really grateful to be here today. I'm proud to represent a district in parts of Queens, New York. I hope it will stay that way. We'll find out this week. But either way, I am here for you and look forward to continuing our work together. The past few years, as we come out of the pandemic, has been really difficult, reading about so many issues and how people have suffered and how violence and extremism has increased. But one of the good things I will say is that we have seen different coalitions being built and expanded, and it's important that we strengthen these partnerships as we combat hate and discrimination, because that's really how we're going to make progress by working together. So thank you so much.
It is really a distinguished honor to have my good friend, Congresswoman Grace Meng, with us today, despite of a very tight schedule. As we all know that today we had a first Asian cultural parade in New York City. So they have so many events everywhere, and she was very busy, but she promised, and she is here, she keeps her promise. So please, I would like to invite Consul General, VCD, Ninja, and all three of the honorees to take a picture with Congresswoman Grace Meng. And we are going to give you a small token of appreciation. It's a book on nonviolence and a
Let's give them a huge round of applause, everyone.
And at this point, I would like to invite a very dear friend of ours and who always believe in nonviolence. And you all know him, Dr. Sudhir Parekh. He is the Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh, CEO of Parekh Media and ITV Gold, for a short remark.
Thank you, Neetaji. His Excellency Randeep Keshwal, Congresswoman Grace, and Mr. Left, Mr. Long, Mr. David, and dear friends. Well, to start with, I would like to thank Dr. Nida Jain and the Ahimsa Foundation for inviting me. It's really a great thing that 599 BC, a person who born 2600 years ago, has given the message which is still it is true for today's day. That unbelievable. And his message after 12 years of his tapasya is very simple. Do not harm plants, do not harm animals, and do not harm human beings. And look at this thing, do not harm plants. That gives us message for our environmental control, green pasture of the world. Do not harm animals. That gives you a great excuse to be healthy and be vegetarian. And do not harm human beings, because we all know we always respect others as you expect from others. And that's the only way you can grow together and make a big difference. And this message gave us freedom in 1947 because of Mahatma Gandhi's non-violence movement. This message gave us freedom from the slavery to the black Americans and all the rights to the black Americans, equal rights to the black Americans by Martin Luther King. And this same message gave South African a freedom from the apartheid, and that shows that this message has lot of value, lot of power, and this message can lead to stoppage of the Russia-Ukraine war and the peace in the world. So let's hope for that. And Dr. Nida, and on behalf of Parekh Worldwide Media, ITV Gold, which is my philanthropic activities. I'm a medical doctor, but this is my philanthropic activity which I enjoy. You can always count on us, and you can always count on me personally. And Jai Janendra, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Parekh. We are now moving towards the closer end of this event. Right now we have Peace Meditation by Sister Sabita Gir. Sister Sabita Gir is currently the NGO representative of the Brahmakumaris to the UN. The work of the Brahmakumaris is based on the understanding that there is a connection among awareness. Sabita has conducted courses, facilitated workshops and retreats in the Caribbean, UK, India, Middle East, and many states across the US. She has been a representative for the Brahma Kumaris in the US for the last 22 years. Using peace-building methods in 110 countries, the Brahma Kumaris supports United Nations 2030 Agenda and the SDGs. Please welcome on the stage we have with us Sister Sabita Gir.
Namaskar. Om Shanti. Greetings of peace. I am here today to lead us all into a peace meditation. And so I invite you to join with me in contemplation, because we know what we think is what we feel, and what we feel is what we send out. So let's take a deep breath in and release. One more time. This time breathe in peace. And release all the stress. You may close your eyes or you may keep them open. And continue breathing in and out. And as you watch your breath in and out, we gradually bring our attention to this present moment. And I gradually turn my thoughts inward and concentrate on the Jivatma, the soul, in the center of the forehead. As my thoughts become slow and I'm focused on my inner light, I remind myself, peace is my innate nature. Peace is my true dharma, my true religion. I am at peace only when I follow the principles of ahimsa, non-violence. Let me feel that energy of peace within myself. I open my heart and I invite the divine, the highest source of peace. And now I invite you, together with the divine, the source of peace, together we turn our attention to a place that needs this energy, this frequency, whether it's in Ukraine, whether it's in India, whether it's right here in the US, maybe your community. Let's choose one place, bring that place in the eye of your mind, and share the waves of peace. Share with the world peace. And now, take a deep breath in again and release. Turn to the person next to you. Because we cannot be in peace if we can't be at peace with the person next to us. So turn to the person next to you and greet them in peace. Thank you all very much for this wonderful opportunity, and my dear sister, Dr. Nita, and all my friends here this afternoon. There are too many of you for me to call names. Thank you all very much.
Well, as I said earlier, we are coming to a close of the event. I have now the honor of inviting Mr. Rajiv Pandya to the stage for vote of thanks. He is the partner at Ashi Diamonds and Avalon Solution. He is the president of Indian Diamond and Colorstones Association, also the chairperson for GIDA US in New York. He was the past Northeast Vice President for JANA and chairperson for JANA Calendar Committee. He's also on the board of the International Ahimsa Foundation. Please welcome on the stage Mr. Pandya.
Jai Jayendra and Namaste everyone. Thank you for coming. I would like to thank on behalf of the International Ahimsa Foundation, the Council Journal of India, Randeep Jaswal, for hosting all of us in this beautiful facility, along with all the consulate staff and the volunteers. I'd also like to thank MC Aditi Lamba and all our sponsors from the souvenir, and all the press and media for the support. Some of the volunteers I'd like to read out: Surabhi Pandya, Dr. Joel Levine, Angela Teddy, Diana Teddy, Puram Shah, Shilpa Mikhaiwala, Michelle Delafe, Dr. Jyotsna Jain, Dr. Smita Goa, Sister Sabita Gir, Namisha Jain, Anubhav Jain, Anika Jain, Adi, Anya Jain, Shristi Jain, Satish Kumar, Rita Jain, and all the board members of IAF. Special thanks to Haridashri Kotawala, Ankuji, for the souvenir, beautiful souvenir book that you see. And especially thank you to all the honorees and to all the guests that attended today's event. And of course, our president of IAF, Dr. Nita Jain, without doing this event would not be possible. Thank you. And as you enjoy the beautiful snacks in the morning, we will also have lunch. We have a small dance performance after this, and then we'll go downstairs and proceed for lunch. Thank you. Jen food. Ahimsa food. Thank you.
Huge round of applause for the entire team of the International Ahimsa Foundation. Wonderful event. A huge round of applause for yourself for being an amazing audience. Well, we are coming to the conclusion of this event, but we have an amazing performance waiting just to happen. We have today the performance from Rhythm Dance Academy on the song Dolida. It's been directed by Shilpa Mikhaiwala. The performers are Isha Bhutani, Saira Chabria, Malika Mehta, Sanvi Sharma, Nishi Shet, Angel Shah. Please welcome on stage all these beautiful girls. We're so excited to see you. brought the performers here on stage, and right before we do their certificates, I'd like to recognize some more individuals. Mr. Harish Thakur, President of AIA New York, let's give him a round of applause. Also would like to recognize Dr. Shashi Shah, Ashok Samcheti, and Sanat Golia. Round of applause. And certification again, the names are Isha Bhutani, Saira Chabria, Malika Mehta, Sani Sharma, Nishi Sheikh, Angel Shah. Let's give them a round of applause, everyone. And Anika Jain and Anya Jain. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today at this 10th anniversary of the International Himsa Foundation. It was great. And then can we have all the honorees here for the final picture, please?
And their family, if they want to join, please come up on the stage to have a group picture. Thank you so much once again for your tremendous support. All the sponsors, you always give us the motivation to do our job in right way for our community, to make this world a better place to live for everyone. Thank you once again. And Deputy Council General, please Dr. Mahavir, join on the stage with all the honorees. And whoever